Although the city had a long reputation as a musical mecca, in the 1920s, New Ulm's reputation reached a new level as the sounds of the city's bands spread far and wide through the new media of radio and records. New Ulm's first ambassador of German music was Whoopi John Wilford. As young men, Whoopi John, a concertina player, and his brother Eddie, a clarinetist, formed a band to play at local dances. As his reputation as an entertainer grew, Wilford headed to a bigger stage in the Twin Cities in 1924, when he began a regular broadcast on WCCO radio and signed contracts with national recording labels. After World War II, as the country returned to civilian life, the popularity of band music soared to new heights. Harold Leffelmacher's Six Fat Dutchmen was named America's top polka band for 7 consecutive years by Downbeat magazine. Fez Fritchie's Goosetown Band and the Babe Wagner Band also became nationally known stars. All told, 18 professional bands had local roots, playing dances throughout the Midwest, performing on radio, and producing best-selling records. Cashing in on the trend, George Neuwirth built a magnificent ballroom on Center Street, complete with a dance floor, bar, bowling alleys, plus dining and reception rooms. On opening night, October 15, 1947, Jimmy Barnett's 12-piece orchestra serenaded the audience. Geneva Leffelmacher, Harold's wife, called George's one of the greatest ballrooms in the U.S. and one of the finest dance floors. Every night, this neon-lighted mecca drew as many as 1,000 polka fans to hear big bands like Tommy Dorsey and Harry James, or local favorites like Emil Domeyer and Guy DeLeo. City leaders decided to capitalize on the popularity of the music, and in 1953 started a street celebration known as Polka Day. That night, following a parade with more than a dozen bands, 15,000 people danced into the wee hours of the morning on Minnesota Street to the sounds of 7 orchestras. The next year, Collier's magazine picked up the story, labeling New Ulm as the Oompa Town.
Down the streets of New Ulm, any day of the week, children wrapped in tubas trundle along to their music lessons. When a child is born, the townspeople say, he is given his choice between a brass horn and a silver dollar. If he takes the dollar, his parents disown him. Evan Jones, Collier's magazine.
A Collier's photographer captured the spirit of the town by lining up 512 musicians for a mass picture, and still missed 12 local bands. Thanks to this story, Polka Days grew by leaps and bounds. By the late 60s and early 70s, Polka Days drew as many as 80,000 visitors to the city. Its popularity began to overwhelm the town, and in 1971, the Chamber of Commerce decided to end the annual event. Now, after years of silence, George's Ballroom is open again on special occasions. And on any given day, the sound of music can still be heard on the streets of New Ulm.